Hi, this is Aka, and welcome back to my channel. Well, as Maya said before, we had some breaking news. New York Post has now confirmed that there is probably that the Georgia Supreme Court may dismiss Trump's last case against him. The Fani Willis Fulton County 2020 election case. Let's get into this, see what's going on. It says Fani Willis is the last person still prosecuting Trump, but the case isn't likely to last much longer. Sources. This is sources. We don't know who they are, but this is from the New York Post. From Dana Kennedy. As a national tide turns in President-elect Trump's favor, Fulton County DA Fani Willis is the last woman standing in its way, but she isn't likely to last long. Willis is prosecuting the only court case left against Trump before he returns to office in January over alleged election interference in Georgia. Federal case into the returning president's involvement in the January 6, 2021 insurrection in Washington, D.C., and his alleged hoarding of classified documents were both dropped after he won the presidential election. A lot has changed from 1 year ago when Willis, 53, first woman elected as Fulton County DA in 2021, was riding high as the prosecutor set to take down Trump in a blockbuster high-profile RICO racketeering case. She also had the rapper case also under RICO. And that's been a mess. Although Willis appeared adamantly that she will stay the course, she could potentially be kicked off the case by a body who are investigating it or unsurprised by the state Supreme Court, who are likely to step in and close it, according to sources. They're not mentioning who the sources are, but Fani doesn't see how she is heading for a brick wall. She is going full tilt with vengeance and emotion, one local defense lawyer who knows her told the Post. Oh, people knows are running around now. She's still so full of herself and hasn't learned her lesson yet. She doesn't realize she is her own demise, and she's the reason everything's falling apart. Willis, who won re-election for a second term as DA in November, has remained defiant and ignoring a subpoena in September from a special Senate committee looking into the case, refusing to show up for a hearing when it was supposed to testify. Last week, a Georgia appeal court abruptly canceled oral arguments scheduled for next month in the case, and Trump lawyers are likely cite the federal end to the election interference case against him to get the Georgia case thrown out. I would be shocked if it wasn't dismissed, but Fani has an ego bigger than the entire state, so who knows? A source close to Willis' investigations told the Post. Representative for Willis and Wade did not respond to requests for comment from the Post for this article. Willis, the daughter of a Black Panther turned criminal defense attorney, blew up her own reputation in January 2024 when it came out that she had hired her boyfriend, Nathan Wade, a criminal defense lawyer with no prior experience with felony cases, the RICO case, to be special prosecutor on the Trump case. Wade, who operates out of a basement office in a local industry park, was allegedly paid thousands more than the other qualified lawyers on the team by Willis' office. Despite the scandal which engulfed Willis and effectively derailed the case, she's still going an official Fani store online selling personalized merchandise, including Oh My Grits, Madam Coffee, T-shirts with the word Fani Willis Fan Club, a Fani T. Willis Integrate Matter button, as well as framed posters, hoodies, and mugs with her name and photo. Meanwhile, another high-profile case Willis is involved in, a strong and costly trial, which I mentioned earlier, over the Atlanta area rapper Young Thug and his associates in the group YSL. Young Slug Life is also going astray. So it's not one case she's screwing up, it's 2 cases she's screwing up. She's giving Georgia a sweat kick in the rear end, 2 for the price of 1 special. Yes. Her decision to prosecute Young Thug and YSL under RICO statute, just like Trump, adds that the rapper and associates were a mafia-level criminal gang, also backfired. Several sources close to the case told the Post. The original indictment charged 28 people with conspiracy to violate Georgia RICO Act, but only 6 defendants were part of the trial that began 1 year ago. So it went from 28 to 6. Jurors began deliberating this week, are considering whether to convict Shannon Stillwell and Dean Monte Kendrick, who rap as Yak Gotti, on gang, murder, drugs, and gun charges. Other 4 defendants, including Young Thug, took plea deals in October, which one source close to the case told the Post were far better deals than they would have been offered at the start. No doubt this case has been a fiasco. Doug Weinstein, the attorney representing Yak Gotti, told the Post there were about 50 mistrials requests alone and repeat instances that border on prosecutorial misconduct. The judge scolded the prosecution regularly. They were unprepared and disorganized, and while Fani Willis was not the prosecutor in charge, she chose one who was, and the buck stopped with Fani. And there was one like her, and too woke. Fani Willis wanted to appear as being tough on crime, a commentator in the forum online about the case posted. She thought a famous rapper, high-profile case would boost her image. So they went after Thug without real evidence, and that's why the case is completely cuss FK. That's what they wrote. In the Trump case, Nathan Wade was forced to drop out after a hearing in February, instigated by Trump's defense team over Willis' apparently conflict of interest in hiring a boyfriend. Well, actually, it was another defendant's lawyer that did that. Both Wade and Willis testified at the hearing. They are no longer romantically involved. However, eyebrows were raised in September when they turned up together after Willis' daughter was pulled over for driving while using her cell phone. Cops found she had a revoked license and arrested her. At the same time, Wade is said to be acting as an advisory capacity for another of his protege, incoming Cobb County DA Sonia Allen. The new DA had recently worked under Willis at the Fulton County DA's office, and prior to that was a legal counsel to the Cobb County Sheriff. Her office did not respond to a request for comment. Allen, rumored, what happened? To have been a one-time paramour of Wade, came under fire alongside him in 2020 when she hired him to investigate suspicious death at Cobb County Jail. However, Wade ended his work at the jail without even issuing a report or showing any documentation of what he did. This is so freaking long. Last week, the Justice Department released a scouting 150-page report based on a year of investigating Fulton County Jail, painting a Dickerson picture of horrifying conditions there. Among other things, a mentally ill inmate died, apparently partially to the result of being plagued by lice and by bed bugs. Yeah, I heard about that. Fulton County jails don't have a good reputation. Willis' opponents told the Post they blame a huge backlog of cases on Willis because of her office spent so much time and resources on the YSL and Trump cases, leading to overcrowded jails. So the inmates are getting screwed in the process while these two cases are taking up time, and she's not going after the real crime. These people are loco and they're coco. But even with those criticizing Willis, say they are still believe she has a future. Yeah, maybe she's going to be in Fulton County Jail one day. The optics on all this is just not good for Fani. Dwight Thomas, a veteran criminal defense attorney in Atlanta, told the Post, I don't think that Trump trial will ever happen, even if she tries to get it postponed to 2029. She made some mistakes, but at the same time, she's a good lawyer, and I think she has aspirations to go further. Maybe even as a law professor somewhere. I would not write her off. I would. So they touch bases on several things. Yes, there's a possibility that the Supreme Court of Georgia will drop this case like a hot potato because they don't want nothing to do with it anymore. They want to take it out of our hands and end it. Meanwhile, the YSL case is also in disarray. And, of course, you're having a crime issue in Atlanta like New York and Washington, D.C. is having. But because of the two cases, there's a backlog of other cases that are not being heard, and people are sitting in jail unnecessarily. So, this is ridiculous. They need to end the Trump case. They need to realign these resources to go after real crime, not the Fani Willis version of crime, because she thinks she's the next Alan Braggs, and straighten this office out and get back to work, relieving these cases. There's no reason to keep all these people locked up unnecessary, and their cases that haven't been heard for years, unnecessary. So, we'll have to see if this Trump case will be dismissed. Because that's going to be a major blow for her. So this is Al Kane saying so long for now. Don't forget to stop.